All right, welcome to the Explainer. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the grocery aisle and look at how the food we buy actually gets made. And it turns out the old way of doing things is, well, it's pretty broken. But AI is stepping in to completely rewrite the recipe book.
So, let's kick things off with a massive question that honestly haunts the entire food industry. When a new snack or drink shows up on the shelves, why do most of them just vanish a few months later?
Yeah, that number is it's wild. 85%. Just think about that for a second. For every 10 new products you see in the store, maybe 2 of them will actually stick around. This isn't just a tough market. It's a huge sign that the system itself is deeply flawed.
And here's the flip side of that coin. On average, it takes more than a year and a half, 1.6 years, just to get a single product from an idea on a whiteboard to something you can actually buy. That's a ton of time, a ton of money, and a ton of effort being poured into products that are probably gonna fail.
Okay, so what gives? Why is the failure rate so ridiculously high and the whole process so painfully slow? Let's really dig into the old, broken system that companies have been stuck using for decades.
You're looking at the traditional path. And honestly, it's more like a painful marathon filled with hurdles. We're talking months just to nail down the concept, another 5 months just to find the right ingredients, and then another 6 to 9 months of tweaking the recipe over and over. Every single stage is a potential roadblock.
And look, this isn't just a string of bad luck. It's built into the system. You've got huge time sinks, a crazy shortage of experts. I mean, get this, just one food scientist for every 38,000 people, and basically no modern tech. It's a system where quality and nutrition often get pushed aside just to get anything out the door.
All right, so the problem is obviously massive. What in the world does the solution even look like? Well, this is where a company called Journey Foods steps into the picture. What they've built is something called Journey AI. The best way to think about it is like a super smart co-pilot for food companies. It uses these intelligent agents to automate the incredibly messy world of supply chains and product data, all with one big mission: to help all of us eat better. And you can just see the difference right away. You know, the old way was basically getting lost in a sea of disconnected spreadsheets and, dusty old binders. The new way? It's this: a clean, simple dashboard that transforms a mountain of data into clear, actionable insights in minutes, not months.
Okay, but how does it actually work? How do you take that messy, 18-month-long headache and turn it into something simple and fast? Well, it really just comes down to 3 steps.
Yep, that's it. It's a simple 3-step process. You put in your data and your goals, you filter and compare your options, and then you take action. That's the whole game.
So, step 1. A company basically plugs in all its existing data and tells the system what winning looks like. So for example, with this protein bar, they might say, okay, we want less than 10 grams of sugar, a really high sustainability score, and it has to hit this exact price point.
And then step 2 is where the magic really happens. They can use these super powerful filters on Journey's massive database. We're talking over 325,000 ingredients. In just a few seconds, they can compare everything: cost, nutrition, regulations, even where the supplier is located, to make the supply chain more efficient.
And finally, step 3. The platform just delivers the solution. Here, it's an optimized recipe for a new nut milk. But it's not just a recipe, right? It's a full-on action plan with cost breakdowns and even direct links to the suppliers you need to make it happen.
Okay, so the tech looks cool. The process makes sense, but what about the real world? Does this stuff actually work? What kind of impact does it have for real companies out there?
Well, yeah. It means you're getting the kind of results that earn you the trust of some really big names, from household brands like King Arthur Baking to beloved local grocers like Weaver Street Market.
So take Weaver Street Market, for example. They had this great idea to create new product lines with locally sourced ingredients. Now, that is usually a logistical nightmare, but with Journey AI, they were able to turn that vision into a real, scalable success story.
And if you're a numbers person, just look at this. Teams are working 6 times faster. Companies are saving almost 20% on their product launches, and they're getting 5 times more insights during development. I mean, these aren't little tweaks. This is a complete game changer.
And then you've got a classic brand like King Arthur. For them, it was all about bringing their operations into the 21st century. They used the platform to completely overhaul their supply chain, finding better ingredients to hit their cost targets and their sustainability goals.
So you see, the impact here is huge. It's not just about one thing. It's accelerating R&D, it's giving them deep analytics on recipes, it's helping with consumer support, and it even makes visualizing their sustainability efforts a breeze. It literally improves the entire innovation cycle from start to finish. When you put it all together, what you're really looking at is a fundamental change in how food gets made. It's about using this incredible intelligence to create the winning recipes of tomorrow, and doing it faster, healthier, and way more sustainably.
Which, of course, leaves us with a final thought to chew on. I mean, if we can use this kind of thinking to reinvent how our food is made, one of the oldest and most complicated industries on the planet, it just makes you wonder, what else is out there that's ready for a change?
That's all for this explainer. Thanks for joining me.